Hi everyone, so welcome back to a new video. Today's Leetcode daily challenge is Transpose Matrix, which is an easy question. And let me tell you, this is actually a very easy question. And once we understand the trend that we are supposed to follow in this question, it will be just a piece of cake to solve this question. Now, let's move on to the problem description. So, we have been given a 2D integer array called matrix. Okay, so we have a 2D array, and what we need to do, we need to return the transpose of it. And what is the transpose of the matrix? It is the matrix flipped over its diagonal, switching the matrix rows and column indices. So let's say we have 2 4 1 here, and 10 5 11 minus 10 5 11 10 minus 7 and 6. So what do we need to do? This part will go there and it will turn like this. It will be like uh, reversing all the numbers in the diagonal direction. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are just say this is a row. Okay, so this row will change in one column. I will show you the trend that we will follow here. 2 4 minus 1 10 5 11 minus 10 5 11. Then we have 18 minus 7 6. So these are all rows, right? Now what we will do, we will just change these rows as columns. Let me show you. It will become 2 4 minus 1 minus 10 5 11 18 minus 7 6. So what we are doing here, if we are iterating like this, okay, usually how do we iterate in an array? First we move like this, right? Then we move like this, then we move like this. What we can do here to make our work easy, okay, we can iterate like this, right? So what we will do, we will start iteration from, we will be iterating column wise. The difference will be made when we are adding the values to the new transpose matrix, right? So if we have, let's say, the array as this is the array we have declared. Okay, now when we are moving like this whole part, this whole column will be in row now, right? And since we don't know the real value of the length of the matrix, right, we cannot predict the length of the new matrix. As for example, let's see this one. Okay, we have this as the matrix. We have 1 2 3 4 5 6. So when we are inverting, means when we are transposing it, what we are getting the values? 1 4 2 5 3 6. If we had known that the length of these rows, right, length of these rows are same, then we would have uh, gone with the normal trend only. We would have iterated in the rows and we have got our answer. But what is happening here, when we are transposing the value, the length of the row is changing here, right? Here we had the length of the row as 3, here we are having 2. So in order to avoid any problem in the while solving the question, we will be going column wise. Okay, so what we will do, we have, let's say, n is the number of rows and m as number of columns. Now when we take this side, then it will be calculating the number of columns, right? So how many number of what is the value of m there? We have 3, and the value of n is equals to 2. Okay, now what we have to do, we will be iterating on the columns, right? Each column we will be iterating one by one. Therefore, what we have to do, this column value will be static, means for zeroth index we have to, zeroth column we need to iterate on first row, first index row, and zeroth index row, right? So the value of column will be same, the index will keep on changing. Therefore, the row count will be the inner array, inner loop, right? The outer loop, since this is a 2D array, right, we will be using 2 loop. Okay, now this outer loop is meant for columns, right? How can I be so sure about it? Because this zeroth, once we have this zeroth index, let's say this index, right, zeroth index, so it is same, and we are iterating for each row now, right? We have to go from 1 to 4, and the column is same only. So the outer loop will go for columns, and the inner loop will be iterating on rows. So in short, what we will be doing here as approach, if we had taken m as the number of columns and n as number of rows. So if we are iterating, let's say for I is equals to 0 till I is less than, it will be m, because our number of columns is remaining static for iterating n number of rows, right? So we will go till m, and now the inside loop will have iteration for rows, right? So we will start j from 0 and it will continue till less than n. Now first of all, we will need an array for storing the result, right? So we will be storing the result here, and we need one more array inside, so that every time we get a value from this matrix, we will be adding it to it, and when we are out of that j loop, we will adding that row, okay, that new row which is forming to the resultant value, right? So what we will do here, we will declare a row here, and this new row, that this row which we are declaring, at the start of every loop it will become empty. Okay, so it will be redeclared every time we come out of this inside loop or the inner loop. So here we will start, and what we will do, we will add matrix. Now we have to add I and j here. Now when, let's say this is our matrix, so what we have to do, we have I and j. Okay, this is 0 0 1 1 2. Okay, so if we are going here, then what is the value for this? It is matrix of 0 0, right? And when we are coming here, so what the value becomes, it becomes matrix of 1 0, right? So the column value, this value is same, so our I will be in the second square bracket, so we will give I here and it will be j. Now we have got one row which will be appended in the final result. So out of this loop, what we will do, we will append this row in the result. Now after the loop has been iterated and the value, all of the values have been added, we will return this result. So this is it that we need to do in this question. I hope you found this question easy. Now let's move on to the code and see what we are actually doing as we code there. Okay. So now let's see the code. Okay. And the first step, what we will do, we will declare a result which will be storing the final values, right? Or the final transpose matrix. Now we will start iterating on the matrix. Before that, we will declare n will be the total number of rows, so we will take length of the matrix, and m will be the total number of columns, so length of matrix, we will take the length of one row so that we will get the number of columns now. And now what we will do, we will be iterating for I in the number of columns, right? Because columns was in the outer array, so for I in m, and now j will be in the range of n. Okay, now what we have to do, we will be declaring a row here which will be storing all the values for one row. Okay, now what we will do here, we will be appending the values, row dot append matrix of the constant value was I here and j will be here. Now we will be moving out here, and now we will append this row in the result. So we are appending the row here, and out of this loop we will simply return result. Now let's try to run it and we will see if the sample test cases pass or not. So the sample test cases have passed. Let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please let me know in the comments. And in order to continue with me in the coding journey, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.